Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
All right, can we know you, sir?
My name is Professor Manny Aniebonam. I am the President CEO of AfriHub Nigeria Limited and AfriHub LLC in Washington, D.C. I'm also the President of the Nigerian IT Professionals in the Americas, based again in the Washington, D.C. area, focusing on building capacity for investment in the IT area back into Nigeria.
Right. Yes, Professor. Are you of dual citizenship?
Yes, I am of dual citizenship. That's correct.
Good. In Nigeria, where do you come from?
I am from a wonderful town called Abagana in Anambra State.
Yes. Many people leave the country for many reasons.
Yes.
When did you leave the country?
I left Nigeria January of 1978.
Say it again.
1978. 33 years ago, I left Nigeria. Yes, I've been out for 33 years, but coming back.
You left us?
Yeah.
33 years?
No. I really didn't leave you.
Okay.
I left home to pursue my education. All of my education I did outside. My bachelor's, my master's, and PhD, all in computer science and computer systems engineering. First at State University of New York, in Binghamton, New York, and then later on George Washington University, where I got my PhD in computer systems engineering.
Beautiful. You know, why in these programs, sometimes I ask personal questions.
Yes.
33 years outside.
Yes.
You must have gone unmarried, I'm correct?
Yes, I went as a young teenager, yes.
All right, and you're married now?
I am married, and I'm proud to say I'm married to a Nigerian.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
That's very important to us.
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, with this portfolio so espoused,
yes,
you must have been contributing seriously to your host country and community.
Yes, I've spent most of my career in the U.S. in the areas of academics. I am an academic professor myself. Started at Strayer College in Washington, D.C. Over 20 years ago, and then Howard University as a professor in the computer information systems. Then George Washington University until about 4 or 5 years ago, when I took time off to return back home. Brought in some investors. Again, what I have brought into Nigeria came off of my involvement with the Nigeria IT Professionals in the Americas, where some group of investors came looking to come to Nigeria and perhaps the other parts of Africa to invest in the IT area, to invest in telecommunications. So they approached us, and we raised about $10.5 million. Brought it here in 2004, and today we have employed over 500 Nigerians, built 15 centers, signed agreement with the federal government to build ICT resource centers for all federal universities. So we have done 15 of them, and 5 of them are currently on the pipeline. So the idea was to come back to Nigeria and turn our brain drain into our brain gain. So the idea was that, we begin immediately to repatriate our resources.
Good.
Okay, so there are many of us who are doing the same.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For bringing investment opportunities to Nigeria, okay, and also creating jobs. And in essence, that's the essence of the diaspora.
Yes.
We track our diasporans, we track Nigerians out there, see what they are doing, and we track their investment down home.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. There are many diasporans out there. There are many Nigerians who are out there looking to come home. Sure. The truth of the matter is that east or west, home is the best place to go. And every time I am in US, I meet our people who are yearning to come home. And I am glad to basically say that this administration is doing the right things as far as diaspora is concerned. I'm not saying it just to praise them, I'm saying the truth. I think Obasanjo administration in 2001, in the meeting he had with many of us, September, I believe, 2001, down in Atlanta, Georgia, started the ball rolling. And I can see the Jonathan administration keying in on that, in taking the diaspora very seriously. Number one, recognizing the need for creation of the Diaspora Commission, in which case Abike Dabiri Arewa, who is heading the Diaspora Committee in the House, worked with us to pass that bill, and we are glad that the Jonathan administration is keen on that in now also appointing 3 diasporans as vice chancellors of the newly created 9 universities. Okay, so we are glad to see that. That's on the appointment level. So what we are doing now is to create a private sector driven entity called NIDAN, which stands for Nigeria Diaspora Alumni Network. And I am glad to indicate that there's been a lot of interest by our people, both inside Nigeria and outside Nigeria, on this network. As you know, we have NIDO, which is a Nigeria Diaspora Organization. We have AMPA, the Association of Nigerian Physicians in Americas, on the medical area. NIDO is the overall umbrella organization. And then we also have NITPA, the IT group, with over 2,000 members, the Nigerian IT professionals in the Americas. And by the way, we have Nigerian Lawyers Association, NLA, based in New York, and Nigerian Nurses Association. So all of these efforts are very, very crucial to national development. What we want to do is to begin to be the owners of the diaspora issues in Nigeria, in coordination with those who are outside, like NIDO and NITPA and AMPA and the rest of them, to be sure that, number one, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission becomes a law of the land. Right. Number two, that we have the diaspora content in everything we do. In talking with a couple of senators last week, they said something that was very, very telling. They said, look, many foreign companies that operate here, we are glad they are here, by the way, and we want more to come. Right. But, you know, there is the local content law that says that a percentage of Nigerians must be employed, okay, in certain positions. And they come back to the Senate and to the National Assembly and they tell them, look, we can't find Nigerians to fill these positions. And so if the Nigerian content law is amended, okay, to include what we are calling the diaspora content, that will be crucial. If you look within Nigeria for people to fill some positions and if you cannot find them, look outside Nigeria and employ Nigerians who are outside and who are ready to come back. And there must be a concerted effort to do that, not just a lip service that, oh, we are looking to put Nigerians in. I mean, that will reduce capital flight.
What is the investment climate in Nigeria?
Huge, huge. I think I would like to start by telling them a story. The story I'll tell them is of 2 men who went into a remote town. The first one arrived and saw everybody in the town barefooted. Nobody has shoes. And then he walked away and said, I cannot make money as a shoemaker in this town. Another man who is a fellow shoemaker walked into the same town and saw that everybody in the town was barefooted. Nobody had shoes. And then he said, gosh, as a shoemaker, I am going to make a lot of money making shoes here. That's the syndrome of Nigeria. Nigeria is like that remote town where there are many issues. And you can read it any which way you want. Okay, issues of power. There are over 30,000 Nigerians out there who are specialists in the power engineering, electrical, every aspect of alternative energy engineering. They are experts. Why can't they come home and start solving those problems? Okay, education. People talk about education system collapsing here. Yes, there are issues in education system, but who is going to solve it? Okay, the Americans and Europeans who have their own issues and their own problems that they are trying to address, you expect them to come and address yours while theirs is waiting for them? No, it's going to be solved by us. If you look, you know, I can talk about that industry because that's where I belong. Okay, the IT and also capacity building and education industry. There are over 25,000 full professors of Nigerian descent living in the U.S. today.
We don't send it.
I am telling you that, okay, because, you know, I know at least over 2,000 single-handedly, just myself alone. Howard University, one university, one university out of over 5,000 universities and colleges in the US. Howard University alone has over 54 Nigerian professors and another 123 lecturers at one university. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say to you is that if the enabling environment is there, if the will is there, if the government commitment is there, trust me, there is nothing out there that we cannot create here. Okay, America is wonderful. Like I said, I've been there, I've lived there for over 30 years. I love the US, I love the opportunity they gave to me, but you know what? Okay, I would rather be a Nigerian, okay, than an American. And I'll tell you why. Okay, in US, where many things are working and things are okay, you get bored just using them. But this is where the excitement is, okay? This is where the hospitals need fixing, where the education system needs fixing, where the roads have a lot of potholes, somebody has to fix it, okay? Those who are eager to work, those who are energized, and those who are dedicated and ready to take up on the issue of development, Nigeria is where to be. Okay, what we want to do is what the Indians have done and done very well, repatriation of diaspora brain. What the Chinese have done very, very well, repatriation of the diaspora brain. What the Israelis did in 1948, repatriation of the diaspora brain under their Zionism, okay? But all of them speak to the same thing, okay? In one location, you need brains coming from all over the world to do the same thing. If I can create 500 jobs, okay, and there are 200 other Nigerians who can create 500 jobs each coming from outside, imagine the impact it's going to make. That's why we are here, and that's why we are coming to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you.